What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I want to look at some weird, cool, crazy, call them what you will, combos that we can be doing with the new Keyforge Age of Ascension cards. I'm going to be honest, you're going to see a few more Keyforge videos here than you've seen for a little while, because with Age of Ascension out, I'm in a bit of a Keyforge high, and there's lots of new stuff to talk about, so I thought, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's talk about Keyforge. And I want to talk about some new combos. And I want to focus on Brobnar. Because I've been very, well, I suppose not shy that I'm not loving Brobnar. They've been my least favourite house so far. But the good news is that in Age of Ascension, we've got some really fun combos that we can have a play with that almost make me happy to open a Brobnar deck. So let's start off with the one that probably the most people have been talking about. It's Ganger Chieftain and Drummernaut. Now remember that Drummernaut has received an errata. So Drummernaut technically reads, when you play it, fight, or reap, you return a friendly giant creature to your hand. But it actually reads, return another friendly giant creature to your hand. This basically means that you can't just play Drummernaut, pick it up, play Drummernaut, pick it up, play Drummernaut, pick it up, etc. That would be... I mean, firstly, it would mean you literally wouldn't be able to play it down. If you had no other giants in play, you would literally just be able to play it, constantly pick it up. That would be annoying. It also meant that if you were lucky enough to have it in a deck with something like a Hunting Witch, for instance, you would be able to just play it down and pick it up 6 times, getting 6 amber, ready to do it all again next turn. Okay, so with it being how it is, probably the best combo we've got is with Ganger Chieftain. Ganger Chieftain, when you play it, you may ready and fight with a neighbouring creature. So what you do is you need to have Drummernaut on the field, and then you play down Ganger Chieftain. But because you played Ganger Chieftain, you can ready and fight with a neighbouring creature, make sure that Drummernaut's there on the side, on the flank, and you can ready and fight with Drummernaut. But then, of course, you fight with Drummernaut, and that lets you return another friendly giant to your hand, which is Ganger Chieftain. So then you play Ganger Chieftain to ready and fight with Drummernaut. And essentially here, the rule of 6 kicks in. Now, the rule of 6 says that if you do anything 6 times, the game stops you, you've got to stop there. But you can essentially do this 6 times. Now, Drummernaut is a 6 power creature. So if you fight against something 6 power or above, you will be destroyed, and that's sad. But anything else, it doesn't matter. So if you throw it against something like a Mighty Tiger, for instance, it's going to survive, because Mighty Tiger is sitting there as a 4 power. Now, you'll take 4 damage, but of course, because you fought and survived the fight, you pick up Ganger Chieftain, play it back down again, pick up Drummernaut, and so you go. And hopefully here, what you do is you just clear your opponent's board entirely, and then you reap. Because remember, one of the rules in the game is you do as much as you can. So you play Ganger Chieftain to ready and fight with Drummernaut. I've readied him, there's nothing to fight, so now you can reap. And when you reap, you return Ganger Chieftain to your hand, and so on and so forth. Now, if your opponent's got something like a Groggins on the field, it's an 8 power, this isn't going to work, because sooner or later you're essentially going to be forced to fight Groggins, and Groggins will destroy you. But as long as your opponent doesn't have anything with 6 power or above, what you can do here is just sit there and 6 times use the same Drummernaut. That's pretty awesome. Now, the other thing I love here, and it really is kind of a pair of things, is either Might Makes Right or the Flex. Because really, both of these revolve around having big, bulky, powerful creatures. Might Makes Right is one of these key cheating cards we've talked about, whereby you can sacrifice any number of creatures with total power 25 or more and forge a key at 0 cost. And the Flex lets you choose a friendly, ready Brobnar creature, exhaust it, and gain amber equal to half its power, rounding down the gain. Now, the first thing that should come to mind for most of you here is Lollop the Titanic. Lollop the Titanic is an 11 power creature. Now, when you're attacked, you deal no damage, So actually, Gang of Chieftain, Drummernaut would not mind this. But you got 11 power. So you've got this on the field, you play the flex, boom, 5 amber. That makes the flex significantly better than Virtuous Works, which I think we can all agree was a pretty gosh darn good card from Call of the Archons. This is like 167% of Virtuous Works, 1 2/3, as it were. So that's quite nice. And if we use this for Might Makes Right, this gets you almost, just a shade shy of halfway there. And with Khalifi Dragon not returning to Age of Ascension, that means that Lollop the Titanic does become the most powerful, biggest, baddest creature in the set. Now, it's not the only one worth mentioning. Groggins comes in as an 8-power creature. That's not too bad at all. I mean, we really want to focus on Brobnar here. We've got Bellowing Patrazate. That's a 7-power creature, so that's not too bad. That will only get you 3 amber if you're using the flex, but having said that, that's still basically Virtuous Works. That's really not too bad. We also see King of the Crag, which did make the return, and that's a 7-power creature. And we also see Tyler's Crocag came back from Call of the Archons, and that's a 7-power. So we've got some powerful creatures, and either we use them with the flex, or we have a little bit of a play around and try and get them up to 25 so that we can use Might Makes Right. But there is another entirely relevant, extremely important card that we need to remind ourselves actually did make a comeback and is printed in Age of Ascension, and that's Blood of Titans. Blood of Titans is a phenomenal card when combined with either Might Makes Right or the Flex. It is an upgrade card, and it gives you an amber bonus, and it reads, this creature gets +5 power. Yeah. So if you whack this on a Lollop the Titanic and then play the flex, Lollop's not an 11-power creature, Lollop's a 16-power creature. That's getting you 8 amber. If you whack this on a Lollop the Titanic, that's 16 power, means you only need to find another 9 in order to use Might Makes Right to forge a key at no cost. Of all of the cards from Call of the Archons that we might have wanted to return to really take advantage of the flex or Might Makes Right, I think Blood of the Titans might be the best one. Now, the last combo I want to have a little bit of a look at here, again, still looking at Brobnar, is Into the Fray. Because Into the Fray was spoiled a little while ago, and when it was revealed, I told you, look, it is really going to depend what options we've got for skirmish. So Into the Fray reads, for the remainder of the turn, a friendly Brobnar creature gains fight. Ready this creature. But remember, in order to actually take advantage of this, you've got to survive all of the fights. And sooner or later, you're going to go down. And that's a little bit sad. And really what you should do with Into the Fray is destroy all of their creatures and then reap. Or, you know, the rule of 6 kicks in to stop you. After you fought with the same creature 6 times, you have to stop. That's the rule of 6. But I said when this was revealed that you need skirmish, such that when you start a fight you don't take any damage in return, or else it's just not going to work out terribly nicely. Well, now that Age of Ascension is out and we've got the set list, we know all the different ways to give ourselves skirmish. There's only really 3, unfortunately, but that's alright. It's better than nothing. Now, I should point out before we begin, there are no Brobnar creatures in the set that have skirmish. Back in Call of the Archons, we did actually have Mugwump, and I've heard, although I don't know if this is 100% confirmed, that Mugwump will not appear in the same deck as Into the Fray, which is fairly important, because Mugwump is a 6-power, and after an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Mugwump, you fully heal it and give it a +1 power counter. This would be ridiculous with Into the Fray, so I don't think they can appear in the same deck. That is not 100% confirmed, but I've heard that, And whoever said that, they're able to do more research into this than me. So I'm going to believe them with that one. So, what are our options? We've got one creature, we've got two upgrades. The creature we've got is Panpaka Jagger, which came around in Untamed. And it's a 3-power creature that has skirmish, but it also grants all creatures to the left of it skirmish. So clearly, Panpaka Jagger, you're going to put it on the right-hand side of your battle line, and it's going to stay there for the remainder of the game. Now, obviously, your opponent is going to try and move it. Your opponent is not going to leave it there if they've got any choice here. So if they've got something in their deck like a Quantum Finger Tap, for instance, they are going to try and use that to swap it to, well, probably the left-hand side of your battle line. But if you can get this down with any Brobnar creature to the left of it, and then play into the fray with that Brobnar creature, preferably Lollop the Titanic, that's going to be pretty gosh darn good. We've also got a couple of upgrades. Now, we do actually have a Shadows upgrade here. We have Ring of Invisibility, which gives you an Amber bonus, and this creature gains Elusive and Skirmish. So you whack this on one of your Brobnar creatures, then you can play into the fray when it already has Skirmish, and you are off and you are rolling. It'll work really quite nicely. Incidentally, this was actually in Call of the Archons. This made a comeback. The one that wasn't in Call of the Archons is the wonderful Killzord Mark 3001. This is a lovely Mars upgrade, and the creature gets +2 armor and +2 power. Now, the upside is you get Skirmish. The downside is when you fight, you gain a chain. So on the one hand, into the fray means you can fight 6 times with this, which is wonderful. And the downside is that if you fight 6 times with this, you gain 6 chains in a single turn. So as much as I love Into the Fray, and as much as I love it with any creature that's got Skirmish, and as much as Killzord Mark 9001 will give you Skirmish, there is a very strong argument here that it might not be the best use. I would try Panpaka Jagger or Ring of Invisibility first, if that's an option. Now, I am not going to sit here and pretend that they are all the fun, crazy combos we can have with Brobnar. These are just some of the ones that have come to mind and sprung up in the little more than a week since we've had the set. If you've got any combos of your own, chuck them down below. I'd like to make this a big series of videos showing you a whole bunch of weird, crazy combos from Age of Ascension. So, chuck them down, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck them down. And then, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about Keyforge and a whole bunch of other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.